Hi, I'm Eithne from Pilates Physio. I'm going to go through a fundamentals class with you now, starting lying on our backs. Okay, I'm going to use a small little block from my head. If you have a pillow, a small pillow for under your head, that's fine. Equally, if you don't have anything, that's fine too, as long as your neck is comfortable. So just starting, lying down onto your back and just allow your knees to bend up, bringing both legs about hip distance apart and making sure they're both in line with the feet. And just allowing your body to relax back onto the mat. So get a sense of your shoulder position. See if you can soften your shoulder blades back and down, gently lengthening up through to the crown of the head. And just begin noticing your breath here now. So notice what your natural breath tendency is now that you're lying down. And seeing if you can just soften your breath. So letting go of any tension or holding in the body. Letting go through the arms and the shoulders and the muscles of the face. We're going to start with an exercise called scissors. So I'm going to show you different levels for scissors. Placing both hands on the floor next to you. Okay, we're going to just start with lifting one leg up to the air and then lowering back down, and then the opposite leg up and lowering down. This is the beginner level for scissors. And what I'm looking for here is that you're able to lift the leg up to 90 degrees without experiencing any tilting or rolling at your pelvis. So keeping this nice and steady as you just float one leg up into the air at a time, not letting anything tilt or move at your pelvis or back. If you're comfortable with this and you want to take it up a level, we're going to work on lifting one leg to 90 degrees and then seeing if you can change legs. So changing the leg that's up and then changing again. This is a little bit more challenging for the abdominal muscles. So you'll feel the abdominal muscles working here to support the weight of the legs. Making sure as you're doing this, again, that you're not experiencing any symptoms, that you're able to breathe through the movement. And also watching that you're not letting your low back arch. So try to keep the contact of the small of your back against the mat. So you're not letting anything tilt or arch. Let's just try a few more movements. Okay. And then just release the legs down. So take a little pause. Okay. From here we're going to come into some double leg stretch. So this exercise, we're going to start with just the arms. We're going to float both arms out in front, keeping the collarbones nice and wide. And we're going to draw both hands back overhead and then circle them out to the side and bring them back in front of the shoulders. So let's try that on its own. Just the arms opening to the side. Try to keep the length in the spine, in the neck as you're moving the arms. Keeping the ribs down in contact with the mat. And if you're comfortable with this, we can add on a leg stretch. So as we move the arms out, we're going to extend one leg away and then slide back together. Opposite leg. And again, I'm looking for control here. So how well can you control? Keep that nice sense of length in the spine, not letting your pelvis tilt, not gripping on with any muscles, keeping it smooth. If you're comfortable with this and you want to take it up a level, you can float the right leg up, and as you extend the arms, your leg is going to extend out. So let's try a few like this. Nice and smooth, and feel free to come back to level 1 if that feels more appropriate for you today. Extending the arms, extending the leg. One more on this side. And then release the right leg down. Let's float the left leg up. Pausing here. And then when you're ready, extending the arms as you extend the leg. Feel your breath. Stay soft around the tops of the shoulders and around the muscles of the face. Let's do 2 more on this side. And then just release the leg, release the arms, and just relax back into the mat. So have a little pause here. Moving on to our hip twist exercise next. This is a rotation control exercise. So I'm going to start at level 1, and we're going to again add levels. So working where feels best for us today. Starting off, just bringing the hands onto the tops of the hips. So really feeling that contact of the hip bones here at the front. And level 1 hip twist is opening the knee out to the side. And then changing leg. And just alternating the legs. And looking at how well you can keep these hips nice and steady. Imagine these as 2 car lights, so coming up towards the ceiling, and you don't want any deviation here. So trying to keep these headlights nice and steady as your leg is moving out to the side. Your breath is staying smooth. You're not gripping on anywhere. If you feel there is a bit of a wobble in the leg, you can try a gentle pelvic floor exercise. You can try a very gentle engagement of your pelvic floor as you open the leg. But again, it's to be gentle. You don't want to be gripping on with your tummy or with your leg muscles. But if you feel that makes the movement smoother, then feel free to add that in. We're going to take it to level 3. So float one leg up into the air and open the leg out to the side. So this is a little bit more challenging. Having your foot in the air, opening the leg out to the side and back. Again, you can have your hands on your hips for a little bit of feedback. So seeing how well you fare here. Let's try the opposite leg. Just positioning your knee over your hip and then opening your whole leg out to the side. So nice, smooth movement as that leg opens out. Nothing else ideally moving in the body. Keeping the control in the rest of the body. One more on this side. And then release the left leg down. Good. From here we're going to come into abdo prep, so like a sit-up exercise. So we're going to float the hands by our sides, lifting the palms up slightly, and then a slight tucking at the chin. Imagine that you're trying to hold it right peach at your chin, and then starting to peel the spine up. The gaze is up over the tops of the knees. We're pausing here, breathing, and then rolling back down. And we're going to work on a few of these. So again, hovering the hands, tucking the chin slightly, and then lifting. And I want you to think of lifting the shoulders up. So you're really feeling engagement in the abdominal muscles. You don't want to feel muscles doming forwards. Keeping everything nice and working together in the abdomen. And then we're releasing back down. So if you're more beginner level, again, as long as this isn't bringing about any symptoms, you can work like this. If you're more experienced, an experienced beginner, you can hold it here and you might want to pulse the arms. So working on the endurance, both of the tummy muscles but also of the neck muscles. So you'll feel those muscles all working together here as you pulse the arms, Holding for a couple more breaths. And then one more. And then slowly release the head, release the arms, and let's just draw both knees into the chest. So just take a little stretch here. Just rolling those knees out from side to side. Let your breath deepen. And just let go. Let go of any tension, any effort from the last exercise. Okay. When you're ready, you can lower the legs back down. We're going to do 2 more exercises on our back. The next exercise is a one-leg stretch. So I'm going to give you again different options for this. You may want to float your leg up to 90 degrees and just extend the leg away from you and then lower it back down. Okay, so lifting the leg up, keeping everything nice and smooth, extending the leg and lower. You may want to have your hands on your pelvis again for this, just to feel. Can you keep the quality of the movement smooth, keeping those bony points nice and stable. If you want to take it up to the next level, we're going to lift into double tabletop, so one leg at a time lifts up without your low back arching, so keeping that small of your back, keeping that connection against the floor, and then you're going to extend one leg at a time away from you. So feeling this again, working into the abdominal muscles as you extend the leg away. And again, I would ask you here to just take note of what's happening in your upper body. Is there any areas that are starting to hold, any areas that are starting to tense, that you can soften? So really feeling into your breath, relaxing the muscles of the face, relaxing the muscles of the upper shoulders. They don't need to be working right now. So let's do 3 more. Lovely, and just drawing the knees into the chest once more. Have a little stretch. And then let's hold the right knee in towards the chest and extend the left leg away. So I'm going to extend the leg out nice and long here. And staying here, so really feeling that stretch into the right hip. And either staying here or inviting a little rock from side to side. So a nice way to loosen out your right hip. If this isn't feeling good, if it feels a little bit more uncomfortable, just holding your hip and pausing. Whatever feels like the nicer of the 2 movements for your body. And take one more breath here. And then extending the hands underneath the leg. Coming up into a hamstring stretch. Drawing the toes gently back. Just feeling into the length all the way up the back of the leg. Send your breath all the way down, the leg right up into the toes. One more breath. And then slowly releasing the leg. And let's change sides. So this time left knee in towards the chest. Interlace the hands around the knee. And then holding or taking a little gentle rock from side to side. So again, just comparing the 2 sides, releasing any tension in the hip. One more breath. And then interlacing the hands underneath, extending your leg up towards the ceiling. Again, see if you can send your heel up as you draw your toes back. So this deepens the stretch into your calf muscle. So take a little pause, breathing in and out into that sensation of stretch. And then slowly Releasing the leg to the ground once more. We're going to come into shoulder bridge, so I'm going to take away my block for this. And I'm going to walk my heels in slightly closer towards the hips. Okay, we're going to start with just rolling the small of your back down towards the mat. So feeling that, imagine the little space in the small of the back is being, you're pressing back and down into that space. And then starting to peel your spine. So from your tailbone, lifting all the way up onto the shoulder blades, feeling the weight on both feet. Holding here for a breath, and then slowly rolling back down. Control the movement through the spine and relax back down onto the mat. So let's try a few like this. Curling through the spine. See if you can sense the movement of each vertebra as you're moving through the spine. And then on the way down, can you bring, again, one vertebra at a time as you lower all the way back and down onto the floor. Really feeling that engagement in the legs, backs of the legs and the buttocks. Breathe. And then lowering all the way down. Feeling free to continue. If you want to work a little bit harder and you're an experienced beginner, you can take it into one leg bridge, so crossing the right ankle over the left leg and lifting through the hips and lowering down. And see how you get on with this one. So again, remember that you have to be able to breathe through the exercise, no holding the breath, and also no symptoms. So if anything is being aggravated here, feeling it in your back or feeling it in your hip, come out of it and come back to level 1. So it's all about being comfortable with the exercises. One more. Release the leg. Good. Changing sides, so cross left ankle over the right leg, and then lifting, peeling the back up and lowering back down. Think about the work from this coming from your buttocks, so really think about engaging, driving your hips up towards the ceiling. And notice again, is there areas that you're holding higher up that you can let go of? Can you relax a little bit more in your upper body? Notice your breath. 2 more on this side. And then release back down. Lovely. Okay, from here we're going to come over into a sideline position. So opening the underneath arm. Again, if you have a block available to you, you can place it underneath between your head and your arm. Imagine in this position, just allow your knees to bend and just think about that sense of being lying up against a brick wall, so everything is nice and lengthened. So all the way from the crown of the head right down to the tailbone and down to your heels. Imagine that as a nice straight line. So just take time here to stack your shoulders and hips on top of each other. Draw the lower ribs in slightly. And just when you're ready, just noticing your breath once more. So feeling your breath in your body. Softening your breath. Okay, we're going to start with a clam exercise. Different modifications for this one, so I'll be showing you as we go. Level 1 clam is going to be lifting your top knee away from your bottom knee. Okay, so just opening your knee up towards the ceiling. As you do this, you want your hips and pelvis to stay steady. So you don't want your pelvis to roll with the movement. Okay, so imagine again that this hip bone isn't moving. You're balancing a cup of tea on the top of your hip. Okay, so your knee is moving independently, and this will work the outer hip muscles more. Okay, so that's level 1. If you want to take it into an open chain exercise, so just raising the leg up, lifting it away from the bottom leg, and this time we're going to open the knee up towards the ceiling like this. So again, I want you to think about your knee drawing up, your foot is staying still, you're opening opening your leg up and then lowering down. And this is definitely more challenging, so you'll feel this into the outer muscles of your hip. So feeling muscles working and burning is fine, as long as there's no pain. So again, listen to your body, see what feels good. One more movement. Lovely, and release the leg back down. Have a little pause. We're going to move from here into our leg lift and lower. So I'm going to bend the underneath leg and keep the top leg straight. We're going to point the toes and just lift the leg up. So we're aiming to not lift it up as far as it will fully go, keeping it, lifting it up as far as you can go without again letting your pelvis or back move. So keeping that sense of your pelvis up is staying steady. So just your leg, and then option to point the toes as you lift up and flex the toes on the way down. Again, the same muscle group that you're working here into your outer hip muscles, your glute med. See how you find it now on this side. Let's go for 3 more. And then just relax the legs. This time bringing both of them out straight. And we're going to come into our staggered leg lift, so our double leg lift. For this, you're going to lift the top leg up, so lifting it a few inches away from the bottom leg. And then I want you to imagine you're squeezing and lifting up. So you're drawing that underneath leg up to meet it, holding here for a few seconds, and then releasing back down. Important again that you're able to do this with the breath. So you're not holding your breath as you lift up the underneath leg. If you find you are doing that, I would just work at staying with just that top leg, okay? So just practicing this, okay? I don't want you to be bringing about symptoms or pain. Let's try that again. Top leg lifts, and then underneath leg, think about squeezing through your inner thighs, drawing the legs up, holding, breathing, and then release. Top leg, underneath leg, holding here, and then release. Good. Let's try 2 more. Good. Once more. And then lowering all the way down. From here, I'm going to lift up onto my elbow and come into a side bend. So drawing your hips forwards here, and I want you to imagine from your elbow down to your knees, pretty much like a straight line here. So different options. Option 1, have my block in front. I'm going to use my hand on my block, and I'm going to help with my hand to lift the hips up off the floor. So trying this, you're going to press into your hand as your hips lift up, and then lowering back down, okay? So again, just be mindful if you've anything acute with your shoulder, with your neck, it might not feel so good to be doing this, so you might want to leave it, or you might want to really increase the amount of work that's happening with this top hand. If you're feeling uncomfortable with that, you can take your hand onto your leg, and as you lift up, you can lift your arm all the way up over the head, and then back down. So let's try a few more. Breathe, and lower. Next, 2 more. And last one. Hold it here. Take 1 more breath. And then coming all the way down. Nice work. Let's change sides. So I'm going to bring my block to the opposite side, so I'm still facing you. And again, just taking a couple of minutes just to find that starting position. So just taking your time here to stack, okay, shoulders and hips, lengthen through the spine. Relax your breath. Okay, and we're going to come into our clam now on this side. So remember, we've got the option of doing level 1 or taking it to the next level. Okay, so starting with level 1, slowly lifting the knee up to the ceiling and then lowering down with control. That's it. Okay, if you want to take it up to the next level, this time floating the whole leg off, like kind of hip height, okay, so you're keeping that leg hip height. Imagine keeping your foot still, but only opening your knee. So again, you're rotating your knee up towards the ceiling, and then back and down. Your fingertips can be resting just in front of your tummy button for a little bit of support. Notice your breath. How are you feeling on this side? Are you starting to feel those outer hip muscles? Let's do 2 more movements like this. And then when you're ready, relax the leg down. Good. We're going to come into our lift and lower, so extending the top leg away. We're going to point the toes, and then we're going to lift the top leg up and flex the leg back down. Now you decide how high you want to lift that leg, but I don't want it to be so high that you're lifting through you're hinging through your hip and your back. Try to keep your hip and back relaxed here for this. So again, we're really trying to focus on feeling these muscles in the outer hip. Keep the face relaxed. Shoulder blades drawing down. 2 more movements. And then relax. Good. Feeling the muscles. Relax with you. Okay? Let's come into our staggered leg lift. So extending both legs down away from you. Again, just think about now forming a straight line on the mat. So for the next exercise, we're not going up as high, obviously, with the leg. You're going to float your top leg hip height. Breathe. And then as you draw the underneath leg in, feeling that like zipping up. So drawing those inner thighs, squeezing those legs together, holding here, breathe. And then release slowly down. Lifting up. Underneath leg lifts. Holding here, breathing. And back down. Remember, no symptoms. Feeling nothing happening in the low back here. You don't want to feel pain in your low back. Breathe. And down. Good. Let's do 3 more. Nice. 1 more. Coming all the way down. Well done. Let's come on to our elbow on this side. So I'm going to draw my knees back again and drawing my hips slightly forward. Taking my hand, well, I have different options again with this. So let's start with the block. So full hand in contact with the block or the pillow, whatever you have at home. I'm going to press the hand down to help lift the hips up. So finding that length, lifting the shoulder away from the floor. Breathing in, and then slowly as you lift the hips, lifting the hips up, breathing nice, and then slowly down with control. So not flopping down. Remember, control on the way up. Good. And control on the way down. Because your legs are bent here, it's a little bit harder, but I still want you to get a sense of that length in the spine. So we're not trying to kind of collapse the spine. Try to keep thinking of lengthening the crown of the head away from the tailbone. Option to lift the arm up overhead and back and down. So again, if that's feeling fine, we can try a few like this. Keep breathing. One more. We're going to hold it. Take a little pause. 3, 2, 1. And then lower it all the way down. Just coming to lie on your back. Good. And just having done that, let's just do a small little bit of a stretch. So extending both legs away and extending both arms away. And really reaching through the fingers and reaching through the toes. Just take a couple of seconds, just let your body kind of settle